Hello there, everybody. And today I'm doing something very different. I'm going to be ranking every animated Batman incarnation. So sorry if this video doesn't have every version of an animated Batman, but I think we got the most known ones. So if I missed one, my apologies. So let's get started. The new 52 movies, Jason O'Mara, Batman. I do like Jason O'Mara as Batman. He's not my favorite Batman voice actor, but I think he has a lot of good moments in this incarnation of Batman. Like, he's already established himself as Batman. He learns to work with the Justice League. But the main thing that goes on throughout his arc is he learns to be a father to Damian Wayne. We see that arc all the way from Son of Batman all the way to the end of Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, where after spoilers, that Batman gets brainwashed by Darkseid, and he almost kills Damian, but in the last attempt, he's able to break out of the brainwashing and save his son. And that it just shows how good of a father Batman is. He may not be perfect, but he's still loyal and loving towards Damian, teaching him that it's not about vengeance, but it's about justice. So, yeah, I do like this version of Batman a lot. So, I'd probably put him in A. Next is sort of the Arkham Batman. It's Batman Assault on Arkham. It's based off the Arkham games. I don't think it's canon to the game, since, spoilers, Joker dies at the end of that movie. And Amanda Waller is suggested to get shot. But, apparently the Joker still continues to show up in the Arkham games until Arkham City. I won't spoil it, but it's an amazing game. So, I don't know. It could just be like a parallel to the Arkham games, but that's a whole other rabbit hole. But this version of Batman is fine. Like, he's just kind of... It felt more like a Suicide Squad movie than a Batman movie. There were some nice things this version of Batman does. Like, he's able to take out Black Spider and just disguise himself as him. But, other than that, I don't really have much to say about this version of Batman. He looks like the Arkham Batman. Kevin Conroy does an amazing job as Batman per usual. So I just put him in, probably just a C, just neutral. Next is the Brave and the Bold Batman. So I'm going to put a little disclaimer. I have not seen all of Batman, the Brave and the Bold, but I do really like Dietrich Banner as Batman. From the episodes I did see him as Batman, I really love this costume of Batman, the blue and the gray. This is like the love letter to the Silver Age of Batman comics, other DC Silver Age comics. And Dietrich Banner has that seriousness in his voice and the campiness of the previous incarnations of Batman. And I have a soft spot for Dietrich Banner as Batman. But since I haven't seen all of the show, I'm going to put him in an A. Next is Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. This is probably going to be an S. I love Terry McGinnis as Batman. What else has been said about this Batman? He just looks so badass. I wonder why Warner Bros. Always rejects Batman Beyond. They refuse to do a Spider-Verse-like movie with Batman Beyond, even a live-action Batman Beyond. They, for some reason, just don't like Batman Beyond. But, Terry McGinnis is easily the best, the passing the mantle from Bruce Wayne to Terry McGinnis. That's what I really like about this version of Batman. He's just a futuristic Batman who has his own rogues galleries, and he just looks so just awesome. He's got that teen quirkiness with him, and it just works with a show like Batman Beyond. But, yeah, Batman Beyond is an amazing show. I've seen a bunch of episodes in the past when I was watching it on the Hub, so that's the reason why I put Terry McGinnis at S. And if you don't know the big secret about Terry McGinnis, I won't spoil it, but check out Justice League Unlimited, you'll find out. Next is the Batman Animated Series Batman. Okay, this is probably my favorite Batman of all time. There's enough said. Like, Kevin Conroy, you just don't question him as Batman. You just know it's Batman. He just sounds like him. He's got the intimidation of the voice. The costume looks classic. Probably the most iconic Batman suits the animated series started off with. Yeah, there is the new Batman Adventures, which we'll get into a bit, but I love the animated series. I've been reviewing it on the channel, and there's just so much they do with the Batman character, and it just respects and loves Batman. So, and it goes on the psychological aspects of Batman. So yeah, Batman animated series is easily my favorite. But next is Beware the Batman. So this is a very short Batman show. It only lasted for one season since the show didn't really do too well in ratings, I'm pretty sure. And surprisingly, the show ended on Adult Swim. And fun story, I actually stayed up late just to watch the last few episodes of this show. I probably got in trouble, but yeah, I do like Beware the Batman, but I don't know. My only issues with the show is we didn't get as many familiar villains. I mean, there's some, like Ra's al Ghul, Killer Croc, but we get more, like, obscure Batman villains. Like, we didn't even see the Joker in this show. I think they were going to have Joker in it, but because the show got canceled, they unfortunately couldn't continue the show. But this incarnation of Batman, I actually really like the costume. I like the belt and the all-black costume, and I forget who voices him, but I like how he's got his own voice of Batman. Like, he doesn't try to imitate Kevin Conroy. He's just doing his own voice of Batman. But yeah, this one didn't really was that developed too much since the show didn't last that long, unfortunately. So I'm gonna put this one in B. But I have a soft spot for this version of Batman. Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Yeah, this one's fine. The movie, I've not read the comic, but the movie is alright. I don't know if I reviewed it on the channel. I don't think so. But yeah, it's done in the same style, Bruce Timm. But it takes place in the 1800s where Batman's tracking down the Jack the Ripper. And we do get a crazy plot twist with that one. But this Batman just looks alright. It just has the generic Bruce Timm style. As the animation wasn't really the best in this version of Batman, but maybe I'll talk about this movie one day. But this Batman's just fine. I mean, he's voiced by Bruce Greenwood, which he's a pretty good Batman voice actor for Batman Under the Red Hood and Young Justice. But yeah, I honestly don't remember him voicing Batman in this movie, but for some reason I have this moment where I remember. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this one in C. Next is Justice League Unlimited Batman. So this is probably my favorite Batman. I already said what I thought of this Batman with the animated series. It's the same version, but easily one of the best costumes for Batman. It has the mixtures of of the DCAU Batman. It has the blue of the original animated series Batman and some of the new Batman adventures, and people wonder why this costume looks different, but honestly, it's a new artistic interpretation. So yeah, it's the same costume, just a little bit updated. But I think this is easily the best DCAU Batman costume. This is what I think about when I picture Batman in my head. I just think of this version of Batman. But yeah, there were some episodes Batman doesn't appear in Justice League, but when he does show up, he easily shines in this show. So yeah, Justice League Batman, easily S. Next is the Killing Joke Batman. So, this one's controversial. A controversial Batman, since this is a very controversial Batman movie based off an amazing comic. But, yeah, people have already said their thoughts on this version of Batman. It felt so weird when he made out with Batgirl. I don't know why they want to ship the two characters, but that's the major issue I have with this version of Batman. He just makes out with Batgirl and then kind of just brushes it off. But yeah, the animation of this design, it does look like how he looks in the comic, but it doesn't really look anything unique, in my opinion. It's just a meh looking Batman, in my opinion. Okay, this one, next is Merry Little Batman. I unfortunately have not seen that. I will watch it for this Christmas, since I do have Amazon now, but I'm excited to talk about it, so I'm not going to rank this one. But next is Batman Ninja. So, they did two Batman Ninjas. One in 2018 and then recently in 2025. But, yeah, this Batman movie, there's actually two of them for some reason. But I think this is like the updated costume. But Batman Ninja, it's a crazy movie where Batman and the Bat family go up against their villains in Japan, and we get a bunch of over the top robots fights. And it's a wild Batman movie. But yeah, I was actually super excited for this Batman movie. Yeah, but I do like the design of this one. It has the anime look to it, and Roger Craig Smith is easily really good as Batman. He's probably either my third favorite Batman voice actor or second. It's between him and Troy Baker. But yeah, this one's good. But his armor in the final of the movie looks super badass. It just looks that you can tell the animators are having fun with how that Batman looked. But yeah, I'm just gonna put this one in B. Ugh. Sorry, it refreshes a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna put these two in B. Next is Batman Superman Public Enemies Batman. This one's fine. It's based off a comic which I recently read. But the movie version of it, there are some changes when I was reading the book, and then I decided to rewatch the movie recently. But yeah, this one's fine. Kevin Conroy's still awesome as Batman in this. But it was nice to see, I think it was Tim Daly or George Newbern who returned, so it felt like a Batman-Superman reunion in this movie. But it follows the comic all right, and yeah, there's not much to really say about this Batman. I do like the design, though. It looks like a modern comic book Batman that was coming out at the time, so I'll give it that prop. So I'll put it in B. Next is The Batman. Okay, this is probably my second favorite incarnation of Batman. I love Reno Romano as Batman. If you didn't check out me and Little Blue's review on The Batman, go check that out. We go in much more depth with The Batman. But The Batman show is easily one of my favorite Batman animated shows. It's probably my second favorite. There's just so much this Batman does. He starts off working alone, and he eventually learns to work with the Bat family and the Justice League. This Batman goes through an arc. He matures. That's what I really like about this Batman. He has a lot of cool gadgets that were probably meant to sell toys, but that was the fun of it. And it was a very colorful looking Batman. It just has that classic feel to it. So I'm going to put this Batman in S. Okay, next is Batman Cape Crusader. So a lot of people were mixed on this Batman show. I don't know why, but it's made by Bruce Timm, and he's going back to what he really wanted to do for a Batman show, but because it was a kid's show, he wasn't allowed to. This is the Batman show he wanted to create, but it has that film noir feel to it, where we get that classic era, and we see like a more classic looking Batman. But yeah, the voice actor for him, I forget who he's played by, but he's pretty good as Batman in this. He's got that deepness in his voice. And yeah, it does look like the DCAU Batman, since it is done by the same team, of course. But yeah, I don't know. This show is just not as good as other Batman shows, in my opinion. But I do like this version of Batman quite a bit. So I'd probably put him in probably A. But next is The Dark Knight Returns Batman. His classic suit, and then later in the movie suit. But yeah, I do like Peter Welker as Batman in this. He's got that older, middle-aged Batman. That's what really works about this version of Batman. It just looks like the comic. It follows it pretty well, since The Dark Knight Returns is easily one of the best Batman comics of all time, made by the amazing Frank Miller. Even though he's gone crazy lately, but this version of Batman is a strong one. Yeah, he's grumpy, and he does have Carrie Kelly as Robin, and the two do bond really well in this version of Batman. But he was able to go toe-to-toe with Superman in this version, so I'll give him that. So I do like his speech with the mutants in the movie, where he says how guns are the weapons of cowards. I do like that speech. It's a really good one, so I'll give that Batman that. So I'll probably put him in A. So I did rewatch The Dark Knight Returns recently, and it was a pretty great rewatch. You could just watch both parts in one sitting, basically. But yeah. Next is the Batman versus TMNT. So I actually rewatched it this week, but I like this version of Batman. He's got that classic blue and gray, and he's voiced by Troy Baker, and he sounds super awesome as Batman. He almost sounded like Kevin Conroy when I first saw this movie, since this movie is called Batman vs. TMNT. But this Batman's a lot of fun. His interactions with the Turtles, it felt really good to watch. Like, it was so action-packed. Like, he even fights Shredder in this. He has his final battle with Shredder at the end of the movie. This Batman's a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'm going to put him in A. Next is the new Batman Adventures. So a lot of people don't really like this costume of Batman. I actually like it. I think it's iconic. I do like the black and gray costume. It just suits him well. But it's not as good as the original animated series Batman. So I'm just going to put him in below the Reno Romano Batman. But I got all the DCAU Batmans. Next is the Tomorrowverse's Batman. Okay, this is probably one of my favorite animated Batmans. I do like Jensen Ackles as a Batman. He just sounds like him. He's got that deep voice. He went from Jason Todd to Batman. And I hope he does play Batman in the DCU. He probably won't. But if he does, that will be awesome. But his incarnation of Batman started off from the Long Halloween, where they adapted that book of Batman going up against the Holiday Killer. And it has that... It's probably the best of the Tomorrowverse, since the Tomorrowverse was very rushed, unfortunately. But their version of Batman was definitely a highlight for sure. But this Batman is cold since this is like a very early Batman. This is before he has the Bat family. He does go through the arc during the Crisis movies to learn to let the Bat family in, and hopefully in the New Earth, he was able to finally have the Bat family in his life. So, yeah, I do like this version of Batman. So I'm going to give him an S. But we got our last three. So next... Oh, wait, technically last two. But next is Batman Unlimited. So this is based off a toy line that came out in 2015. I actually have a lot of nostalgia for this Batman. I actually even watched a documentary on the DVD menus when rewatching these movies. They actually took the inspiration from Batman Beyond and tried to make it more kid-friendly. But this version of Batman was clearly meant to sell toys, and yeah, I do have a lot of nostalgia for it. It's not my favorite Batman version, but I don't know. It's just like it's just like an action figure movie. But it's definitely fun for kids, for sure. These were the animated movies I was definitely allowed to watch, since I wasn't allowed to watch DC animated movies since I was really young. But now that I'm older, I can just watch all of them. It took me a while till I was a little older just to watch all these movies. But I'm glad I did. So yeah, I'm going to put this one in C. The last two is Batman Under the Red Hood, but I'm going to pretend this one's the Young Justice Batman, since these two are the same ones. But Batman Under the Red Hood, easily the best Batman movie. It shows why Batman doesn't kill, because he doesn't want to be as bad as the criminals or become the criminal himself and be a hypocrite. And he shows that to Jason Todd, his greatest failure. And it symbolizes a lot of great things for the Batman lore. Easily one of the best Batman movies. I don't know why, if I see negative in my previous review, but I'd like to re-review this movie and go a lot more in depth. I'd love to review every Batman animated movie on this channel one day. So, yeah, I'm going to put this one in S. As for the Young Justice one, he doesn't really appear in the show. I like his design, though. But Bruce Greenwood is a pretty solid Batman voice actor. But when he did show up in Young Justice, he was more like a mentor figure. So I guess I just give him like a B, since yeah, I do feel nostalgic for Young Justice Batman. But that's mostly every incarnation of Batman So sorry if I missed some. I didn't do any of the Lego ones since they're not on here. But I think I'm pretty sure I already knew where I put these Batman on there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Maybe I'll do Superman in the future for every incarnation of Superman rank these. But here's my ranking if you want to see it below. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.